Isn't it interesting to notice all the 10 differences between these two peaks? Right, let us learn 10 differences between the electrovalent compounds and covalent compounds. Based on the elements that form the electrovalent compounds and covalent compounds, you find that these electrovalent compounds are formed by the combination of metals and non-metals, whereas these covalent compounds are formed by the combination of non-metals. Looking into this definition, you will understand that these electrovalent compounds are the chemical compounds that are formed as a result of the transfer of electrons from one atom of an element to another element. Whereas these covalent compounds are the compounds that are formed by mutual sharing of one or more pair of electrons between the combining atoms. Sodium chloride, calcium oxide, magnesium chloride are some examples of ionic compounds or electrovalent compounds. But ammonia, methane molecule and the water molecule are few examples of the covalent compounds. Now, if you look at the nature of these electrovalent compounds, you will notice that these electrovalent compounds constituent particles are only ions and they exist in the form of hard solids. And you know, these electrovalent compounds have a very strong electrostatic force of attraction between their ions, whereas these covalent compounds, their constituent particles are molecules. And these compounds, they exist in the form of soft solids, gases or liquids. And in general, these covalent compounds have a very weak force of attraction between their combining atoms. Coming back to this boiling and melting point, you will notice that these electrovalent compounds are non-volatile with a very high melting and boiling points. This is because there exists a strong electrostatic force of attraction between these ionic compounds. So in order to break the bond between these compounds, you need a huge amount of energy to break the bond between these atoms of this compound. Whereas these covalent compounds are volatile with low melting and boiling points. It is because they have a weak force of attraction between these binding molecules. Thus, you require very less amount of energy in order to break the bond between these combining atoms. Now, if you watch on this conduction of electricity, you will observe that these electrovalent compounds, they do not conduct electricity in solid state. This is because again of the strong electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ions. But you know that these ionic compounds are the good conductors in the fused or in the aqueous state. And this is because when they are in the aqueous state, the forces weaken. Hence, the ions become mobile, and you know this is a criteria for the conduction of electricity when there is a free ions are present. So that is why these electrovalent compounds in their aqueous state are the good conductors of electricity. Whereas these covalent compounds are the non-conductors of electricity in solid, molten or in the aqueous state. Is just because of the absence of ions in them. Now, if you come to this dissociation or ionization property, you observe that these electrovalent compounds, here the ions dissociate and migrate when an electric current is passed through them. But these covalent compounds, they do not ionize, but polar covalent molecules, they forms ions in their solutions. Now, coming to this conduction of heat property, you will notice that the electrovalent compounds are very good conductors of heat. But the covalent compounds are poor conductors of heat. And coming to the solubility, you will observe that these electrovalent compounds are soluble in water, As water is a polar compound, it decreases this electrostatic forces of attraction, resulting in this mobile ions in the aqueous solution. But these compounds, they are insoluble in organic solvents. But the covalent compounds, you will observe that these are insoluble in water, but they dissolve in organic solvents like benzene and ether. Coming to this rate of reaction, you will notice here that these ionic compounds, they show a rapid speed of chemical reactions in aqueous solution. And this is because of the free ions that are easily formed in the solutions that can rapidly go and combine with the other atoms of the ions to form a new different compounds. But these covalent compounds, they generally have a slow speed of chemical reactions in aqueous solutions. It is because what happens in covalent compounds is it requires time to break the old bonds and again the formation of a new bond. Thus, the reaction is quite slow between these covalent compounds. When you are done with the differences between these two pics, you feel quite relaxed, just like how you are done with the 10 differences between electrovalent compounds and the covalent compounds.